Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to your ass. Look, if you struggling in your life and you miserable because you know that you're not living the life that you really want, and you're looking at the money, you're looking at your lifestyle, you're looking at what peace that you have or you don't have, and you're looking at your love life and your relationship situation, understand you don't have a love problem, you don't have a money problem, you don't have a lifestyle problem. You have a mindset problem because your mindset drives everything. And I guarantee, just like if you anything like what I was, if you sit down and really strip down your life, you'll realize that, you know what? You don't have thoughts or a mindset that supports creating what it is you want out of your life. Point blank, period. And that's the first thing. That's the foundation. If you don't have the foundation, you're going to keep thinking things and you're going to keep doing things that's fucking you up, that's going to make you feel miserable, that's going to make you feel doubt, feel less confidence, and all of these negative thoughts and emotions that don't empower you to create what you want out of your life. So understand that's where it is first. And what I want you to understand is how it shows up. If you have negative thoughts, you know what? If you want to make more money, you want to have a successful career, a successful business, successful platform, whatever you're working towards, a lot of times, even if you don't say it outright, you may be thinking, I don't know if I can really do this, or I hope this can happen. That's one of the big ones. Man, I hope things work out. I hope things happen for me. That's a mismatch. You have to understand that you have to be undoubtedly sure in your belief that what it is you're working towards, that it's a done deal. It almost have to be like if you put blinders on and you couldn't see, or there's a paparazzi crew with the camera crew following your life, they can't tell the difference of somebody who's hoping that they have something versus somebody who's already moving like they already have it in their life right now. And that's what you got to do. That's one of the big things messing people up. I did that for so long. Like when it came down to building my platform, working on building my money, having peace that, you know what, I'd have everything I need. It was always, man, I hope this is going to work out. You know, I'm wondering when it's going to happen. And all I was doing with all of those things was just saying that I don't trust God, life, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that this is a done deal. I was saying that, you know what, I know I need to look at my goals, my dreams, and my aspirations, just like an Amazon package, or if you're in a restaurant ordering a meal that they have to cook to the order. I know I was supposed to be looking at my life and the things I want that way, where you place your order, and that's it. You don't second guess. You don't wonder. You don't contemplate or have doubts on if your food is coming, if you're in a restaurant, or if you order something to be delivered from Amazon or FedEx or someplace. You don't worry or wonder if your package is coming. You know that shit is going to be there. And I couldn't move with that same certainty when it came down to the money, the abundance of money and the lifestyle that I was believing for and hoping for. And that was the shift that I had to make in the mindset. Instead of, you know what, I hope this works out, I started saying thank you. I started looking at God and I started saying thank you, as if I already had it in my hand, instead of I hope, instead of asking. You can't do both. You can't do both. You can do one or the other. You can say thank you and move with the belief and gratitude as if you already have what it is that you requested, or you can hope and worry. And all that essentially is if you've ever seen a TV show or the movie where they have the horse or the donkey or whatever the animal is, and they have like a little string with the carrot or some type of food dangled in front of it, and it's got to chase the food. And the thing is, it's never, no matter how much that animal moves towards the fruit or the vegetable or whatever the food is, it'll never catch it. That thing will always be in front of it, and you'll always be chasing it, because you're not moving as if you already there, like it's already done. That's why, like, it's crazy. I wish I had paid more attention in church. I should have paid more attention in church, or so that I could actually apply what I heard. And because I used to always hear that, and I'm not making this religious, let me just put that as a disclaimer. But I'm just saying, I used to hear all the time, speak things as if it's already done. And I heard, like, I had bros that were Muslim, and they said in the Quran and in their religious background, they have something similar as well that utters the same sentiment. And it's crazy, all of these different backgrounds carry the same mentality and ideology. You gotta have something before you have it. Anybody that created a lot of money, created a lifestyle, or whatever the case is, or they had it here mentally, and they felt it here in their heart that it was a done deal long before they ever held it in their hands. And that's why you hear the famous saying with Muhammad Ali, I was the greatest even before I knew I was. He had to say that and have that mindset before he eventually became that, because he said that and he believed that, and he moved like he believed that. And over time, life just had to reflect what he believed in his thoughts and what he was doing. And that's what you got to do. That's the second thing I want you to understand. You can't just get to a point where you say that you believe these things once you corrected your mindset and started practicing positive self-talk and saying to yourself the things that you need to say. And I'll give examples of those in a few. But you can't just say those things, but you got to embody it and move like it that way too. And to be honest, you're going to have to be intentional, and you're going to have to be patient with yourself, because it's not going to happen overnight. I had to learn that the hard way. Every time something came up where I had something I needed to pay, and, you know, I'm looking at the money situation and everything else, and where I would start stressing and start worrying and start getting tight, I had to remind myself, okay, what would the Daryl that already had 6 figures or 7 figures in his bank account, how would he look at this situation? Would he have a sense of peace, or would he be moving like how I'm starting to move now? And I had to start catching myself in the heat of the moment when these things happen. And I didn't get it all the time. A lot of times I fucked up. I promise you. I found myself slipping into the old things, the old ways, the old thinking. And I had to be intentional when it came up, being able to realize, okay, this is an opportunity. You get to choose. And I started looking at it like a voting system. You have 2 parties. You can cast a vote for one, and whichever one you cast a vote, each time you have a situation come up or a thought or whatever the thing is, you cast in a vote that either goes towards the you that you want to be, the life that you want to have, or the old you. But whichever one you overwhelmingly lean towards, that's going to be what leads. That's going to be what life kind of bounces off of and reflects. So understand, you decide your mindset, how you want to look at things, your perspective, your belief system, and then life will just reflect and mirror based off of what you believe. So it's like that with money. It's like that with relationships. If you don't believe that you're worthy of having an amazing partner, life is going to show you that. If you have those thoughts and those negative thoughts and doubts when it comes time to actually try and interact and shoot your shot and go for what it is you want, and you don't have thoughts that support that, you're going to sabotage. You're going to do things and say things that's going to either keep you from connecting or it's going to mess you up, because deep down, you don't even believe that you can have something. And that's another thing that messes so many of you all up, you know, and I did it too. You have to understand, how the fuck can you accomplish something that you don't even believe that you can accomplish? Tell me. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it boils down to, is if you believe something that you can do something. If you believe it and you act on those beliefs, eventually you're gonna do it. It may not happen overnight, but you're gonna do it. So this shit is not complicated. Whether it's money, whether it's your lifestyle, whether it's your relationships, your physique too. Oh yeah, a lot of y'all with that, y'all don't believe that y'all can have an amazing summer body and a great healthy physique. Because if you did, you would act like it. When that hard decision came, when it's time for you to either go to sleep, go home and lay down, go home, put on something on TV and just chill out, versus going and working on your body, working on, improving yourself, getting cardio in, training, all of these things. Or when it's time to say no to that food that you really enjoy, but you know it's gonna make you move in the opposite direction of trying to get in better shape. When those situations come and you gotta make that decision, you know what you believe, because if you really believe that this is who I am now, this is what I can do, then you're gonna make the right decision. And the last thing, speaking on that, so many people mess up, and I'm telling y'all, everything I'm sharing, I've screwed up with time and time again. You're outcome driven, and what you do is based on outcomes, not an identity. That's why you can't be consistent when it comes down to eating clean. That's why you don't consistently move like the person that's trying to create the relationship and the love life that they want. When it comes down to money, the things that you need to do to create the business, to build the business, to create the platform, to build the platform, or whatever it is that you're doing that would make more money, you don't do it. You procrastinate from starting. You sabotage once you start seeing yourself really getting into it, or something else. And at the end of the day, all of these things are just because, you know what, deep down, you haven't created an identity of, you know what, no matter what's going on, no matter what the results are, this is who I am now, this is what I do. And why that's so important, and I'm telling you, because I learned the hard way, life responds not to what you say you want, what you pray for, or what you believe you want, but it responds to what you are. So, and what you are is your identity. Your identity is your overwhelming thoughts, your beliefs, your habits. If your habits, your thoughts, and your beliefs don't line up with what it is that you say you want, you're praying for, and all of these things, you're not going to see it. So that's why it's so important to create the identity, the person that just naturally does the things that would create the life that you want. It's quite simple. So if you somebody who you listen to this and you're like, damn, I see why I'm having the issues I'm having, and you don't have the habits, the thoughts, or the mindset to support all of the things that you want in your life, then I want you to understand I'm here for you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so that you can get more information that I drop value every single day on this platform to help you improve your life. And if you even need more help, I created a community for people that are looking to improve their lives, to self-develop, to create the identity, the habits, and everything that you need to create the life that you want. And I also offer one-on-one coaching as well. So if any of those things sound like it resonates with you, the information will be in the description. You can click that link and message me over on Instagram, DM me over on Instagram, or you can email me and we can have a conversation to see if it's a good fit that I can help you get where you're trying to go. And I want you to know and to remind you, where you go and what you do in your life, that's 100% all on you, fam. And if you do the work, I promise you got it. So make sure you take time to be mindful of your thoughts and your mindset, and make sure that it's something that's helping you and not hurting you. You do that over time, and I promise you will see changes in your life. I promise you. So I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And until next time, peace and love.